What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, man, back with another one, man. Listen, we are here for the DeSean Jackson introductory press conference for Delaware State University football team. Now, I currently have it up, but it ain't no sound. I'm letting you know that right now. Ain't no sound. Okay, so you see the volume's up. I got it up. It ain't no sound. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You see it's going. DeSean Jackson got the cream blue on, looking pretty official, like a referee with a whistle. Okay, you know that boy got the cream blue suit on, but there ain't no sound. So, hopefully they get that fixed. But it don't matter where you at. Ain't got no sound. HBCU 101. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some nigga shit. Yeah, well, at least we got the sign language. Right? You know, she getting it in. So I just wanted to show y'all that. That's what's going on. Yeah, this is about as good as it's probably gonna get. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let me try to see if I can find it somewhere else that maybe has some sound. See if I go to Instagram. It said, I'm on the Delaware State football page. It says, please be advised that we are having technical difficulties with our stream at the moment. HBCU Plus. Let me see. They must be there live then. Let me see. HBCU Plus. Is that on? Let me see. Plus or Pulse?
That's going to be quite a shot in the arm to the football program, but to the university as a whole. So we have different phases. That's phase one right there. Phase two and phase three are going to be coming right behind it. So we started on this athletic transformation journey, and one of the stops after and working to get that building in place is just the fact that we said we want to make sure that our football program is where we want it to be. So then, along with that came the search soon after for the new football coach. We had a deep applicant pool. It was not an easy process. There were some very qualified folks. There were other NFL players that were in that search. There were longtime college head coaches. There were longtime assistant coaches. So it was a very difficult process. And I knew after my first conversation with Coach Jackson that we were on to something special. After that, his visit to campus, I looked over at President Allen and I said, that's our guy. And I knew it. And a lot of people say, why DeSean Jackson? I say, why not DeSean Jackson? Because he has the passion. I saw him when he interacted with our current players. He has the passion, he has the knowledge, he has the enthusiasm. And I think that is the ingredients for winning, and it's going to bring our program to where we want it to be. And it's going to bring wins to our program. And he's going to do us proud. So I look forward to that, and I'm glad that we got to this point. And this is such a big moment for Delaware State University. And once again, I'm happy to be here to share this with you. Without further ado, I want you to hear from the man of the hour. And just for a little background, Coach DeSean Jackson played college football for University of California, Berkeley, where he was recognized as a two-time first team All-American in 2006 and 2007. In 2008, he was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round. In the second round of the 2008 NFL Draft. Coach Jackson played in the NFL for 15 seasons with Philadelphia, Washington, Tampa Bay, Los Angeles, and the Baltimore Ravens. Coach Jackson was selected to the Pro Bowl 3 times and was the first player selected to the Pro Bowl at 2 different positions, which some of you may not have known. In the same year, he was named 2010 Pro Bowl as a wide receiver and as a return specialist. After retiring as a player, Coach Jackson, which I call him now, has now realized his post-playing dreams of coaching and leading young men in the sport that he loves, and the sport that has also helped him shape his life into the great person that we now know him for today. So I ask everyone, please, in this 120th year of Delaware State football, this is our 120th year of football here at Delaware State University, please help me to say hello to the 25th head coach at Delaware State University, my friend, my favorite Philadelphia Eagle, and your new head coach at Delaware State University, DeSean Jackson.
I see he ain't getting no jersey.
Man, I just want to thank everybody, man, for real, man. It's a blessing. God can do some mysterious things, man. Y'all bear with me, man. We're gonna get through this. Y'all bear with me. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished alumni, faculty, staff, and students, supporters, thank you for being here today. First and foremost, I want to take a moment to express my deep gratitude for God for this incredible opportunity. I'm also thankful for my family, whose unwavering support has been a foundation of my life. A special thank you goes out to Dr. Allen, Dr. Hawkins, Tony Tucker, and Drew Ingraham for believing in me and entrusting in me with the honor of leading this football program at Delaware State University. I stand here today humbled and ready to embrace the responsibility of developing our student athletes. My commitment is to install in them the values of hard work, discipline, and pride as they represent this prestigious university. We'll be a team that emphasizes excellence on and off the field. I promise you this, our players will be well prepared, well conditioned, and most importantly, fun to watch. I'm excited about this challenge ahead and the journey we will embark on together. As we move forward, I will surround myself with the coaching staff, including my lifelong friend and mentor, assistant head coach, Travis Clark. And my support team that are not only capable, but are also passionate about our vision here at Delaware State University. Together, we will build a program that reflects the vision of Dr. Allen and the heart of our great community. So I ask you, Dover, are you ready to embrace this challenge? Lastly, my ultimate goal is to get all these young men right here to achieve an academic excellence and a required 4-year degree. Let me repeat that one more time. My ultimate goal is to get all these young men to achieve academic excellence and acquire a 4-year degree. Real. I want to take a second too to mention a story, man. This all wouldn't happen without you, brother. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna take y'all back to like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was sitting at home. We just finished our my first year, Coach Clark's 25th year of coaching. And we took an organization at Woodrow Wilson over 100 years. No black coach ever has taken a team all the way to the state championship. Yeah. We lost by 1 point, but we made it, and we did some incredible things there. So I was sitting around after the season, and I got a call. And it was crazy because it was back-to-back. It was 2 calls. I said, the first time, somebody called me and said, would you be interested in coaching college football? I'm like, college football? I'm like, hold on, I just finished my first year coaching high school football. I'm enjoying this high school level right now. Y'all moving too fast. So I'm like, slow down. Less than an hour, Coach Travis Clark, who was a brother, mentor, and a good friend of mine, calls me and says, hey, D, what you think about coaching college football? I'm like, what's going on now? He's like, man, you really want to do this coaching thing? I said, yeah. He said, man, if you really want to do this, you can't pass this up. I said, ain't you in class? Don't you teach? This dude is a full-time teacher at school. I said, man, call me back when you get out of school and we'll talk about it. I hung up that phone. When I tell you God is real, we talked a few hours later. I said, Coach Clark, pack your bag. I get this job and bring you with me. So I'm telling y'all this right now.
That's real.
Passion, we coming. We had that meeting yesterday. What we bringing? What we gonna steal on y'all? It's great. It's hard work. We ain't accepting nothing else, and it's not a rebuilding. We're not rebuilding. We don't got time to play. We don't got time to waste. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. So with that being said, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm really ready to get on the field right now. Y'all let me get all these NCAA rules. I'm ready to go to work. I'm gonna pass this off to Dr. Allen, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Dover, we here. Hornet Nation, let's go.
Dover, we here, baby. That's gonna be the new slogan. Dover, we here.
Feet for our new head coach at Delaware State University, DeSean Jackson.
Can my man get a jersey though? Can I get a number 10 jersey though?
I'll be very pleased. He was that excited in the interview. I had 3 goals. 1, a leader of young men.
Dover, we here, baby.
2, X's and O's, above reproach. 3, continue to raise the profile of the fastest growing, most substantively diverse, contemporary, unapologetic HBCU in the nation.
Let's go.
So I knew that we had the right man for a couple of reasons. He checked all those boxes. He had the right company around him, including Coach Clark, which you all will soon know and come to love and appreciate. And his eyes are set on excellence and success. He's not just a university football coach. He's going to be a great university leader here at Delaware State University. So I want to say to you, Coach Jackson, thank you. I just met his mother a moment ago, and I gave her a big hug, and I said, you raised them right. And to the electeds here, specifically my dear friend, Governor-elect Matt Meyer, would you please stand? He knows I'm not going to give him any further accolades than that, because the next question is money time. And I will tell a funny story before I sit down. I said, Coach Jackson, there are going to be a couple of legislators calling you in the next couple of days. Matt Meyer called him in 10 minutes. Then he got a call from Senator Carper. Then he got a call from Lisa Blunt, Rochester. All welcomed him to this wonderful community of ours. With that kind of support, the world is ours, my friend. The world is ours. And you heard him talk about students first and academic excellence. Remember, when you're the fastest growing HBCU in the country, it's not growth for growth's sake. We have to be able to help you walk across that stage and deliver in every field of human endeavor. And it's not just these football players, the students that are wrapped around this room. So would you raise your hands too? My final point is city alumni. Steve Ewing, 2.5 years ago, said he would do the athletic transformation. Last year, he gave $1 million to Delaware State University. And he did that simply to make a statement. And that statement was, it's not enough for us to count on our alma mater to go figure out where the support should come from. We got to be a part of the process. So alum, you have to be a part of the process. We have some great alum here today. I see Joe Coppage, I see Norman Oliver, I see John Ridgway, but we have 25,000 living alum. If they contribute a little bit, we're gonna go a long way. Thank you, God bless you. God bless you, DeSean, God bless you, Mom.
They got a 10. They better be a 10. That better be a 10.
Now we'd like to present our DS official DS.
Yeah, that's a 10.
Head coach, Coach Sean Jackson.
They did it right. They did it right. Shout out to Delaware State. They did that right. It better be a 10 on that, Joker. Better be a 10.
We're open to answering some questions. Anybody? Knock it off. Start first. Let's get it. You got the mic back there. How can I do it? Is there a mic in the back?
DeSean, I covered you.
Keep in mind, I just want to say this real quick. We're only going to take a couple of questions, and we're going to reserve some time afterwards for DeSean to be able to answer some questions. So it will be just a handful of questions right now.
Mike Tillery. Right here. DeSean, it was an honor to cover you early years with the Eagles. So I saw Andy Reid pull you in office after games many times, give you some father-son tutelage. You've been through something. What can you give these kids, being that you have this wisdom that you have acquired over the years, both good and bad?
Great question, great question. I think first and foremost, I look at these young men, obviously, as the next step is grown men. So when I come through the door, I look at you guys as young men. When you leave out that door, you will become grown men. So installing principles, character, wisdom, and just a belief system. I feel like the best coaches I ever came across was Andy Reid, number one, first and foremost, because when I came through the door, there was a lot of speculation and allegations of my father and the people that are surrounding me on, they might not be the right guys, but at the end of the day, all it was coming from a place of love. My family didn't want nothing but the best from me. So people outside the box never understood that. So the first call when I got, you're going to be the 49th pick, we're going to pick you as Philadelphia Eagles, the next thing was said, I don't want to deal with your family. So I feel like installing family and principles, and sometimes people don't understand that. But behind closed doors, when we're in the room and the talks and the conversations I have with these young men, I'll be able to really install that. If you want to be great, anything's possible. No one gave me a belief of anything. I'm standing right here. A lot of these guys on the team is bigger than me. In the NFL, they're bigger than me. So it was always doubt in my world, in my eyes. So just overcoming the doubt, I think the biggest thing is, and these young men over here, I'm excited, I'm pumped up, ready to get to work. Next question.
Jean, there's an increasing number of kids in this immediate area who are starting to garner high-level football interest. What's your pitch to them to keep them home and allow them to thrive right here in their backyard?
You know something, don't you? I mean, I think in the conversations I had with Dr. Allen, Tony Tucker, I mean, when we was in that interview, the first thing I said is we're going to put a gate around Delaware. Not only Delaware, the closest states to it, Philly, New York, DMV, Baltimore. I mean, I played for 3 teams that's close in this area. So for me, being able to walk into somebody's house in Philadelphia, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, I did a camp for one of the kids that made me in high school and I was about to graduate.
I said
So
that.
I think just surrounding the gate around these areas, and obviously I don't want to talk about other areas because we know California is my home. So you're going to be able to get some California guys, Florida, Georgia. I mean, nowadays with the transfer portal and all this recruiting stuff, things are crazy. but obviously it's a lot of guys that are getting overlooked. So I want to make sure we don't overlook the guys and give every kid an opportunity.
Right.
Frankie Darcell, WDAS Radio Philadelphia. Congratulations to you, coach. Welcome to the NBAC. The question as a collegiate athlete and of course in the NFL, how do you respond to those that would say, what would their coaching style be like coaching HBCUs? And lastly, how long will we see you in the celebration boat?
I heard that. So a lot of people don't know my background. My mother and father obviously grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So the roots is right here, first and foremost. I have a lot of family, and this is home to me. Even though my mom always be like, we from out here. I said, Mom, I'm from Cali. I was born in Cali, but y'all from here. But this is my roots, first and foremost. I'm sad to say my mom went to Duquesne, and my dad went to Bethune-Cookman. So there's roots in my family that come from Black College. So understanding the culture, first and foremost. I mean, these young men over here, I can see it in their eyes. They've been waiting for this for a long time, but it's deserving of them to have a guy like me that can mentor them and lead them in the right direction. One thing I can say about myself, if you want to go there, I know what it takes. I know the rights, the wrongs. And I had a lot of wrongs in my career. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit here and paint a pretty picture. Because it was times things got ugly. But guess what? I kept my head down, chin up mentality, and we always fought through everything. So in the celebration mode, we ain't waiting. We want to be here this year. We want to win the MEAC this year. We ain't waiting. I'm telling you right now. These men over here know. It's the same way it got to get done. It's the facts are the facts. 2 wins in the past 2 years. Whatever was going on, we can't do that. We got to move forward, and we're going to change that first and foremost in day one. I think we started something yesterday. Am I right?
At DSU, what aspects of your NFL experience do you believe will most benefit Delaware State University?
Heck of a question, man. I think the aspects of, honestly, just the integrity. I always go back to the integrity. And for me, 2008 was the year I was selected to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was a young kid coming from Los Angeles, California, coming all the way to Philadelphia. Whoever thought it would lead me to where I'm at now. And now we're sitting here having a conversation. I'm a head football coach at Delaware State University. I mean, so it just shows you, if you believe in yourself, you trust in it, it's gonna be a lot of doubters. When they made this pick, this selection right here, this feel better than the draft day. This feel better than the draft day, I promise you. This is another experience of my life. And one thing about it, I don't know everything, I don't know all the right answers. But guess what? I'm gonna work hard so I can promise you that.
Coach D-Jack, the Bible says that God would take the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. It's been 13 years since we've been together. I don't know if you remember, but we're back together. This is just a statement. We are here to support you 100%. We're going to rally our alumni together to do what President Allen said, and we're going to make a movement. I thank God for you, sir.
Jack, how you doing? Congratulations. My name is Janae. I'm more of a statement than a question. One of the things a few years ago that one of the coaches here did, another coach, Jackson, he became a connector or corridor between the downtown community and the community as a whole with the basketball sports program. I own Junaid Salam's barbershop downtown, which the esteemed governor will be coming to visit on Saturday. My statement is or what I would like to do, I would like to become a vessel for the team. Years ago, there wasn't a player on the team that didn't come through the salon, and the community got behind the team. I would love to see more people from the Dover community at the football games, other than alumni, other than homecoming. I would love to see the stadium packed with people from Dover, Delaware, other than homecoming. And I think one of the ways to do that is to build rapport with the people downtown. So if there's any way that I can be of assistance, or any ideas that you may have, or Dr. Tony Allen may have, for us to become, a stronger unit to help the DSU football team, we're available. And congratulations again.
I would like to speak on that as far as the community. I mean, we're here for the community. Without the community, we ain't able to accomplish our goals. And I want y'all to understand this. I've seen some of them games already. been watching film. Everybody in this room, we need all y'all support. These young men right here need to feel that energy. When you play on the field and you got the energy from the crowd, trust me, that's gonna help us win games. So I'm telling y'all that now. We're gonna be in the community. We're gonna be doing a lot of things in the community. So whatever it is, I support it. Like I told Dr. Allen, whatever it is. He sends me, he texts me. We text a lot. But he texted me the other day and I said, I'm in. Count me in. So whatever it is, I'm gonna be a vessel as well. This program, we're gonna be out there, we're gonna be doing everything, because guess what? Without the bridge and without that gap, we can't come together as one to do anything positive. So we need y'all as much as y'all need us, we need y'all. So I appreciate it.
Let's go, let's go.
Thank you. I'd be remiss if I did not give an opportunity for one of the great sports writers in Delaware to ask a question. Kevin Tresley.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. I appreciate that. DeSean, Kevin Tresley, News Journal. I'm Wilmington, Delaware, statewide. You're going to be coaching college football at a time that is much, much different from when you played college football.
Yes, sir.
With NIL, the transfer portal, the house settlement is going to change things even more.
Yep.
What kind of challenge will that be for you and for Delaware State in the modern college sports world when it might have to include salaries and things like that?
You know my honest opinion? You really want to know? DeSean Jackson is the head coach at Delaware State University. It's a different play right now. But this is the trick to that. When I'm coming in there, I can give you two things: exposure and publicity. You want to make it to the NFL? I got a lot of relationships. I can't go play for you. My time was on the field. I did my time. But if you listen and you buy in, I know what it looks like. I know what them coaches looking for. I know when they call, I know the questions they ask. So when we sit down and we talk, if your grades ain't right, they not gonna come for you. If you ain't doing the little things, they not gonna come for you. You gotta button it up, you gotta dress it up. It looks a certain way, and I can tell them how it looks. At the end of the day, I can't make them do it. I can lead them, can't force them to drink it. But I'm gonna give them the pedigree, I'm gonna give them the ingredients, and all I need to do is buy in and trust, and I'm gonna get them to where they need to go to.
Nice one.
Coach, NBC Philadelphia, everybody in here wants to know, how badly are the Eagles going to beat the Packers this weekend?
I got a fever.
One thing I will say about the Birds, man, I bleed green. Just know that. So this week we gonna beat them pretty bad, man. We gonna do our thing. We gonna be in the Super Bowl, man. I'm betting on my dogs. So they gonna do it, man. Fly Eagles, fly.
Eagles! Thank you again, everybody. Thank you. And I hope that just a little taste that you've gotten now is a good explanation of what I was talking to you about when we first started this. And I'm just hearing the enthusiasm, just hearing the energy, just hearing the commitment and the drive that he has is ingredients. This is going to be something special. We want to keep this energy going. We want to keep everybody, bottle it up. Our first game of the year next year is against those people up the road up there.
This year, we already in 2025. This year,
next football season. So we want to keep this energy going, and I think it's going to be something that everyone here is going to be proud of, and it's going to be something that we're going to be able to look back on this day and say this was truly worth waiting the 120 years that we waited to be able to get something like this going. So once again, let's get close.
Can I say one thing before we end? Don't wait too late to hop on that wave. Don't wait too late to hop on that wave. Don't come back when I ain't gonna say nothing, but don't come back when we doing our thing. You're like, oh, no, y'all better be supporting from day one, because I promise you, when y'all look up, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be real, I promise you that.
I would just say last thing, we asked the media, if the media would like to hang around, we're gonna have a couple more questions and answers from the media, and everyone else can make their way out. DeSean's gonna come down to the lower part of the student center here. He's gonna come down to the lower part and maybe take a few pictures and sign a few autographs after we get done with the media in this setting right here. Thank you. Now, if we can get the band to lead us out. DSU band, ladies and gentlemen.
I never heard their band before. Let me hear what they're doing. Dang, play some. Hey, okay, that's cool. That sounds all right. But you know what I got for him? Hey, hey, hey. Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Hey, we going Cali on them. What about that other stuff?
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them. Walking.
You know what I gotta do? We going straight LA with that thing. Let me say this, right? And again, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. I'm opening the call lines up. 518-263-8124.
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
One time for the one time.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it.
Hey. All right, listen. Now let's break. First of all, shout out to HBCU Plus. All right, make post. Shout out to HBCU Post. That's who was playing the broadcast, right, when the score went down. So shout out to them. JB, I see you. 9834, I see you. Give me about 5 minutes. I'll get to you guys. Real quick. Can we talk about DeSean Jackson's suit? And I think that goes back to what Mr. Campbell said, right? Like, understanding the moment, right? Understanding the moment and really embracing the moment. Like, DeSean Jackson, by all means, could have came in there with a Letterman jacket on. He could have did the Michael Vick route, and nobody would have been mad about it because it's still DeSean Jackson. Came in, got the cream blue on, you know what I'm saying? Got the Delaware State hat. You know what I'm saying? Clean as a whistle. Okay, got to give him credit for that. Again, and this is what I be trying to tell Coach Cole and all you old heads, right? Ain't no politicians calling you niggas. Okay? Like, can we get it? Y'all not getting it through your head. I don't care who would have been hired. I heard Dr. Parker from VUU was a candidate. I don't give a damn if Quentin Morgan was a candidate. Ain't no senators calling them Bamas. Ain't no politicians calling them. You're not getting media from Philadelphia to come down and ask questions. You won't have a packed room for Dr. Parker from Virginia Union. You're not going to have a full room for Quentin Morgan. It's going to be 6 Bamas in there and the band. So again, you're talking about a program that needs an injection of life and energy and excitement to want to go watch Delaware State games, and neither one of them Bamas is going to give it to you. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. And again, like DeSean Jackson said, when asked about the NI, and I'm going to keep saying this, and again, I love Coach Cole. I do. I really do. But you got to get out that mindset. You got to get out that mindset like this is not the new norm for lower level programs to compete in an NIL age. He said, listen, let me tell you what he said. Essentially what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but he said to the reporter, I don't need NIL money. You know why I don't need NIL money? Because I'm DeSean Jackson. That's why I don't need NIL money. Because I'm DeSean Jackson. No other coach can say that. Dr. Parker can't say that. Quentin Morgan can't say that. Alonzo Hampton can't say that. Nobody can say that. Nine 9834 coming to you.
Man, hey, look, first of all, Scotty, I'm right here in MEAC country, Norfolk State, hour up the road. I'll be at their games. I'm excited, too, for Delaware State as well. This was a nice press conference. I'm gonna say that first and foremost as well too. DeSean Jackson, the name alone trumps everything that Delaware State has ever done in the last 20 years. Let's be honest. And I'm right here in Virginia Union country too, and Dr. Parker, he can't hold them gym socks neither. Let's stop that cap. But I'm excited for Delaware State. This brings a lot of this is a generational type move to me too, because people my age still know who DeSean Jackson is in their 40s, their 30s, and you got a younger generation that watch highlights of DeSean Jackson too. Let's not play like DeSean was a slouch in the league. No, sir. No. So I'm excited for Delaware State. Michael Vick's and Norfolk
Thanks,
State.
babe.
I mean, the MEAC to me is just loaded with coaching right now. Let's just be honest on that.
That's
too.
facts.
Over the SWAT. And I'm gonna leave it at that, Scotty. Keep doing what you do, and I'm gonna holler.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for call. And I think this, and JB, you're next. I think this, right? And if anybody want to call in, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. Let me say this. The MEAC right now, the MEAC is just more exciting, right? And I say this, I think the MEAC has better quality coaches than the SWAC. Even with 5, 6 teams, however many teams they got, I'll take their 5 or 6, and I would raise you over the SWAC right here, right now. I just flat out. I love Tremaine Jackson. I think he's going to be a steal. The school that would not be named, he's looking like a pretty good hire. The real estate agent is doing pretty well, right? So it's not too many, but it's a lot of holes. There's a lot of holes everywhere. But again, I keep telling y'all, Michael Vick and DeSean Jackson, all they got to do is walk indoor. Again, the millennials are the parents now. I got kids playing football, right? We are the new parents. We are the new recruitee. Like, you got to recruit me. And again, I watched DeSean Jackson in high school. I watched him at Cal. My coach clipped him up, made me watch him. I watched him. Michael Vick, no diddy. I played with just no getting around that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Michael Vick was in the Madden game that I would play on, okay? I'm trying to, oh, God. Oh, God. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. You get what I'm saying, though. Okay. You get what I'm saying. Shut up. You get what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you know how like Mr. Campbell talks about watching Michael Jordan and watching Deion Sanders, and that was his era. These guys are my era. These guys are these young kids' era. Think about it. When DeSean Jackson was getting drafted, a lot of these kids were 8 and 9 years old. So they grew up watching DeSean Jackson, right? Wanting to be DeSean Jackson, watching Michael Vick as well. So it is what it is. JB to Mr. Campbell. What's up, JB?
Hey, Scotty, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful, man. Okay, I will say this. Okay, number one, for the cue cards. Now, I use cue cards sometimes when I speak in public engagements as well, because they help me keep focused. They help me keep time. They help me keep from rambling on so I don't lose my train of thought. And so the cue cards, even though some folks might laugh and stuff like that, but I think they're good because they help keep you concentrated on the task at hand. Now, getting to the hire itself, I thought I was the only one that picked up the line about not needing NIL because I'm DeSean Jackson. And if you look at the show, I guess like from last night and whatnot, hires like this help you bridge that gap. Because now, if I'm not mistaken, Delaware State is the only FCS team in the state of Delaware, because Delaware Blue Hens moved up. So guess what? Now you have that crop of kids who may not get into UD. You could try to get those kids now too. So these are opportunities that are not present in other parts of the of the state and also the country. So by all means, if this helps them bring in exposure, because I guarantee you, if one of the coaches you mentioned right now, we don't have a packed room if those other guys are having a press conference.
Absolutely not.
For a one-win team. So by the way, this is something that is needed for exposure, because guess what? Now you're going to have those individuals that are going to be to help you support. And then he mentioned like state elected officials. State elected officials are not showing up to any typical HBCU coach. They're not doing that. But a former NFL player with those connections in 2 states, he will get those connections. So by all means, milk it for all it's worth. And once again, if people do not like this trend, tell your people, your presidents, ADs, whatever, to raise your own money for athletics so you don't have to go down this road. I like it. Keep it up. Keep it going.
Appreciate it. Let me say this before I go to Mr. Campbell real quick. I look at it like this. DeSean, I keep telling people, right? This is my viewpoint on celebrities. Celebrities brands, they have more. Celebrities have more expectation than a regular coach will ever have, right? Because they look at it like, bro, you're DeSean Jackson. You have all this knowledge. You have all these resources. You have all these connections. You better win, right? So they have more expectation to win no matter where they go. No matter where they go, they have more of an expectation to win than anybody else. So again, there can't be a rebuild with DeSean Jackson, even though he might need one. In his mind, I'm DeSean Jackson. No other coach has to go through that. Mr. Campbell, coming to you.
All right, man, listen. I'm on the bandwagon, bro. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm going to say this, and my uncle had a phrase. If you don't know the man, don't talk about him. Let me tell you something what's so amazing. And see, we don't know people. People didn't even know his daddy went to Bethune-Cookman.
His mom.
People didn't know his mother went to St. This man comes from an educated family. So let's don't get it twisted, okay? And what I always say, your presentation, me and you talk about this all the time. So you know what? You know what DeSean Jackson remind me of? It's not coaching, but I'm talking about where you present yourself. It's Willie Simmons. Because, Scotty, me and you know Willie behind the scenes. When Willie presents himself, look like a Fortune 5 CEO, right?
Clean cut.
What do the players say? That Willie's a real.
He a real dude. He a real one. He a real one.
He a real. Listen, that's what I saw with DeSean Jackson, because listen, bro, that was a real brother right there. I'm gonna use it just like that.
Yeah.
But he was clean. So when the old ladies and the old men want to get them checks, like that $1 million check, he can get them checks too. But he can go holler at the young brothers. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's about the presentation and the total package. You got to start off that way. And for that brother to step out there, and I'm talking about clean.
That suit was clean.
See, the old folks like that. Let me tell you, see, the old folks is watching that, and they say, y'all see that young brother clean like that? They ain't talking about his hair. They ain't talking about his hat or those Cartier glasses he got on. They talking about that suit that's matching them school colors that they going to cut a check for, and he going to go to them young brothers, pull out them joints and say, brother, we about to get to work. We about to get to work. So my thing is, sometimes, and man, that's why I talked about, man, if we got to bridge the gap, we can't, look, you know me, I'm an old head, but I'm an old head that lives in a new world. And that's where we got to be. If I got experience, I got to pass it on to you. But you also got experience, because what do? I call you all the time and say, hey, man, explain this to me.
Mm-hmm.
We have these conversations all the time, do we not?
We do. You surely do.
So this is the thing where DeSean Jackson has the opportunity. And man, listen, I'm going to say this again. This is the reason why HBCUs are so amazing. Do not think that his daddy did not tell him what the mission was before he took this job.
That's good. And his mom.
I want y'all to hear what I just said.
Yeah.
Do not think his daddy said, let me tell you. Because if his daddy went to Bethune-Cookman, his daddy's probably a little bit older than me. Bruh.
His mom.
His daddy a real one.
His mom went to Bethune.
No, his mom went to Duquesne.
It's flipped. It's flipped. You got it backwards. His mom went to Bethune. His dad went to Duquesne.
Well, it says on her LinkedIn that she went to Duquesne.
Oh, then he must have flipped it, because he definitely said his mom went to Bethune.
Yeah, because I just looked it up. Because I was pulling it up. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Somebody went to an HBCU.
Somebody went to HBCU. Somebody went to HBCU. So that's just the bottom line. Yeah, because it's his mama. Because I'm looking at his LinkedIn. His mom went to Duquesne. I'm looking at her LinkedIn right now. So his mama. So his daddy went to Bethune. Bottom line, they're educated. And I'm gonna say this again, for a lot of people that don't, Cal, that area, very liberal, very progressive, social activist, and the boy got a degree from Cal. So he's gonna be able to sit down with these brothers and say, man, don't even get it twisted. What y'all see this presentation, there's a whole lot to me that comes with this. So man, I'm just gonna say this, man. I don't know what the coaching is, but I told last night, I said, man, I was out in LA, Scotty. I don't know if you heard me. I was out in LA a whole week, bro, with people that is in that area that know that brother person. They said, man, that boy about to bring the heat from LA, bro. And the brothers from LA is excited. I was out there. And I'm just telling you, I don't know what's gonna happen. And again, and I'm like Paris, man, ain't nobody gonna win nothing the first year. But I tell you what, year 3, year 2.5, and all you got, what you got, what? It's five conference games, right?
5 conference games. That's all you got to get.
So
5.
all you got to do is maybe go 4-1.
That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need.
4-1, bruh. See you in Atlanta. So I'm just gonna say to the Norfolk State people, I love to fit with Michael Vick, but Delaware State did it right.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Delaware State did it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mr. Campbell. I like the package of DeSean Jackson. And what I mean by that is I like everything he's putting in place. I like how he came out the gates in recruiting fast, hard, boom, no diddy, right? I like that he brought a coach who has 25 years of coaching as his right-hand man. He's like, hey, I'm bringing you with me, right? It's the little things that set you up for success, because it's the coach Travis Clark in your ear saying, hey, I wouldn't do that. Hey, let's look at this. Hey, let's make sure this is good. Let's make sure this is in place, right? It's those type of things that set you up for, again, as long as you know what you don't know, you're always going to protect yourself on that aspect. He's not walking into a situation where he's saying, I know what I know. He's trusting Coach Travis Clark to say, hey, I'm going to be the face. I'm going to be the brand, but I need you to partner with me to make this thing work. And I think that was a smart play by him.
And not only was it smart, but see, let me tell you something. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to be the bad guy. I got to do it. You got to do the comparison and contrast. You know why he did that compared to Michael Vick? And I'm not saying Michael Vick is not going to have a phenomenal staff, but he did what a lot for the old heads. Let me let y'all know who's coming with me. Go Google him. Go research him. Because, see, these are questions that people are going to ask. This is what Coach Cole's point is, right? Who is he going to be around? He doesn't know anything, and it's legitimate questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I like the fact, because that's the point of a press conference, to give information, right?
Yeah.
So he was very succinct to let people know who, what, when, where, who I am, here's where I'm from, here's what I'm going to do, and here's who's coming with me. So he answered all the questions right up front that people were like, well, why did they select him? What was his purpose? What do you know about this? What's his background? You know how black folks do. Who is people in them?
Yeah.
So now, guess what? Just the fact, and that's what I'm saying about black folks. And like I say, he is a HBCU coach. He ain't coached nowhere. The fact that when he said his daddy went to Bethune, hell, I was already 50% sold right there because I know his daddy got him right. You see how that works?
Yeah.
It's that camaraderie. The fact that that brother came out there, and I got to go back about the presentation. Understanding that you, like you say, national media is going to be there. Perceptions. I mean, I got to come out here in these Delaware State Cup clean. Because I'm a leader of men, but I'm still a real one. So that's the thing about, man, what I really like about that. And going forward, hey, man, it's going to be interesting between him and Michael Vick and how he lays out his strategy and his plan to get that team and that school to a winning record compared to what Norfolk does. Because, like I say, it's just the little things, man. It's the little things that matter. Yeah, I think Vick is going to be able to recruit and get it together. But this part, and I want to say this to people, because, again, I'm a SWAC baby, but I grew up in the MEAC. And I'm talking about back when I remember Delaware State joined the conference.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Listen, Delaware State is like Valley and UAPB, okay? This is a heavy lift this brother got. A heavy lift. And the fact that he is able to already got people buzzing in that area where he can, like I say, that brother say, hey, man, I'm going to put a fence around Delaware. We're going to go down to the DMV. We're going to do New York. We're going to do Pennsylvania. I already got camps. I'm bringing some boys from LA. Because I'm going to say this, man, that LA South Central District is full of nothing but football players.
Yeah.
That can't play Power 5 football, bro.
It's crazy you say that, and I want to get. I hope Zoe's free. I want to bring him up here to talk more about it. But he made a point. Me and him talked about it last night. He said, Scotty, a lot of people don't understand how California is built and how their school system is built. He says that a lot of talent is in the high school ranks, but a lot of high school teams, public high school teams, aren't good because a lot of the private schools they take all the premium talent and put it all on like a ringer team, you know, like Matter Day and Sierra Canyon. They take all those kids and they bring them to the school. He said, but there's still high value talent in the public school area, like the Long Beach Polys and all that type of stuff. So, you know, it's crazy. I'm curious to see what he brings.
Listen to me when I tell you, Dorsey, Crenshaw, Inglewood, Keyshawn Johnson went to Dorsey.
Yeah,
that's
what Zoe said. Yep.
Paul Pierce went to Inglewood. Man, Crenshaw, listen, man, I'm trying to tell you, I got people out there. Again, those are just, like you say, they got the power, but man, it is so, first of all, this is LA, okay? These schools are massive. They play big time football. You go look at their alumni from these schools I named, bro, they got football players come out those schools. They got plenty of football players. All state, all city. All city in LA is better than all state in Arkansas. Kentucky. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That city. So my thing is, again, what I just want to see, like I say, I love the tone and tenor. They had the band there. The president didn't speak too long. Did the president even speak?
Nah, not that long. Nah.
Yeah. The 80. So they understood, man. They got through it. It was quick. DeSean was good. Everything was laid out perfectly. So, man, I'm going to say this, man. Salute to Delaware State. Salute to DeSean Jackson. Salute to his parents. Salute to Bethune-Cookman. Because, man, listen, man, I'm excited, man, because this is what we need. We need this type of energy. So the only thing about it is now it's about coaching, man. It's about X's and O's and Jimmy's and Joe's, man. So, listen, I appreciate you having me on. And, man, I'm going to say this again. I appreciate you having these press conferences, man. We've been able to sit back and digest and look. And, man, all of these coaches, I think, have fit the teams that they got hired. And I want to say one last thing. As somebody that does a lot of public speaking, hey, man, listen, it is very hard to speak in front of people. And a lot of you jokers can't even call on this phone line and get your words out.
That's facts.
So stop tripping on these people when they got to read cue cards and stuff like that. That is what most people, I just want to let you know, when most people give a speech, they are not Barack Obama or Martin Luther King giving platitudes, because you want to make sure you're saying what you're trying to say. So all of y'all that doing all the talking, man, listen, we've been on this thing for 4 years, and half of y'all ass can't even speak on the phone. So stop trying to diss this brother or Sam Shea, because y'all asses can't even get your own words out. They don't even speak at your own job.
Sam Shea was pretty bad, though. I'm sorry. But I get what you're saying, though. He was pretty bad, though.
So, man, that's it, man. That's it, man. So, hey, man, I'm just curious to see what Zoe says, man. And like I say, thanks for everybody watching Coaches Corner the last thing. And we're going to have the Young Brother Old Head Summit, man. I'm putting all these young brothers together because we got to get this thing together to talk about this. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Zoe, I'm coming to you next. Let me get this. I want to see this. I haven't had this number before. 8164 coming to you.
What's up, Scott? It's Justin from LA.
What's up, man? Oh, LA? What?
What's good?
What's up, LA?
From South Central.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while and love your channel.
Thank you. Thank you.
You get into it with people, but you know that's part of the channel. I was going to speak on DeSean Jackson. I actually went to Santa Monica College for 2 years, and his uncle was the wide receivers coach. So he was very embedded with recruiting the high schools around the surrounding areas, and DeSean would come and train in the summertime. But long story short, to keep it short, he's very embedded in LA. He's going to be good in recruiting. A lot of LA kids going to go play with him. I'm already getting the hype around. I went to St. John Bosco. I mean, y'all was talking about modern day, the Trinity League and all that, the high end. I went to Bosco before we started winning championships, so we still had talent. But how it works is you play Pop Warner, I'm sure every state, play Pop Warner, the high school coaches come recruit you to the high school. And while you're there, they can transfer better now. But when I went to school in 06 to 10, you know, you had to sit out a year to transfer. But now you can just transfer within a semester.
Let me ask you this. With Cali kids going from the West Coast, because, you know, like Florida kids hate leaving Florida, right? And And Florida and
Right,
Cali,
right,
to
right.
me, are kind of the same, where you get the nice weather. They don't like playing in the cold.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? How do you think Cali kids are going to feel about going all the way across country to go play at Delaware State?
So I can tell you about personal experience. I went to Chicago just off the bat, never been there. When I transferred from Santa Monica College to a D2 in Illinois, cold as fuck when I got, well, it was summer when I got there, so it was hot. It was like 110, but in the winters it was horrible. But you adjust, you know, I didn't like it. It was cold as hell. First time seeing black ice, first time driving sideways on a highway, going too fast, you know, you adjust to it. But Cali kids definitely go out. I had boys go to New Jersey, they go to South Carolina, you know, all over, D1, everything. You know, we don't mind leaving to play ball. You know, now they will transfer back if they're not getting the playing time. That's the thing about Cali people. Like, we want to start. Like, we want to play. I ain't trying to come here to sit the bench. So he won't have problems getting dogs out there, especially wide receivers and DBs, and kind of like what Deion did. I really want to see him get the trenches, though, because I think if he dominate the trenches, obviously, you know that already.
Let me ask you this last question before I let you go. Appreciate you calling in for real talk from LA. Samoans, because to me, I think that's an untapped source in HBCU football. A lot of people don't recruit Samoans. How does DeSean Jackson get? Because I know they out there in Cali. How does he get that Pacific Islander, you know, to come play for him in Delaware State?
DeSean went to Poly, so he got it. Yeah, all he got to do is make a call. They coming. They here. They Bosco, Poly, Long Beach, Wilson, all over. Lawndale, Carson, everywhere. They coming. Model Day. So Samoans is here. They in Cali. They in Arizona. They're in Utah. My roommate was Samoan. He was from Utah. He went to Weber State, and then he transferred to our D2. So they coming. But appreciate the call. Thanks for taking me. I think it's a good hire. I can't wait to see what he does, and that suit was clean.
Hey, it was, man. That drink was nice. Hey, appreciate it. That powder blue cream drink, it was nasty. 7612 coming to you, Joe. You're next.
What's going on, Scotty? How are you?
What's
Eric from Jersey.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Chilling, man. I'm sad that they did this press conference today because I was trying to pull up to that thing, but definitely way better than the other one we saw a couple weeks ago.
Trash.
Beyond that, DeSean Jackson having East Coast ties was very low hanging fruit. People just had to do their research because he talked about it in that documentary. I think the ESPN or NFL Network did a documentary on his life like years and years ago, and talked about how him and his brother used to kind of do like what Bucky does with Coach Prime. But he been doing that with DeSean his whole life, filming him from Pop Warner all the way up, and they talked about his ties to Pittsburgh and all that other stuff. So people just had to do their research to see why he had East Coast ties and why he knew HBCUs and all that other stuff. But my real question to you, it was brought up, you know, how the MEAC got it. They got the light right now. You know, how long do you think, if you was the MEAC commissioner, would you how long would it take you to slide in the DMs of all them schools that used to be in the MEAC, minus maybe FAMU or Tennessee State, and say, yo, let's go, let's
make it happen.
Do this thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't take me very long. I think this is the thing. What happens when blacks go to white things, they go back with different eyes, right? Like when you're in the, like, think about it. And people can say, Scotty, you're being right. I'm just thinking about it. If you've grown up in the hood and you move to the suburbs, when you go back to the hood, it don't look the same to you no more. It's like, man, y'all ain't got no backyard.
True.
Y'all ain't got a Whole Foods. Y'all ain't got a Trader Joe's. You see what I'm saying? So when NCAT and Hampton and they're gonna be like, bro, like, we not playing this chump change with you no more. Like, it's like you're either going to come correct with the funds and do stuff right, or we're not coming back. We don't have to come back to you. So there's no leverage for the MEAC to be like, oh yeah, you have. No, we don't. We're like NCAT. Listen, NCAT can keep losing in the football, but they win in everything else. You get what I'm saying? So it's really they win in track, they win in volleyball, they win in basketball. They're competitive in everything else other than football. So they're like, hey, you know, we getting basketball money, we getting football money. I mean,
okay.
It's so, to me, it's one of those situations where if you're dating a girl and you dated her in high school and now you're trying to holler at her again when you're 30, it's like, okay, are you in a better position than you were in high school or in college?
True.
Or do you have your stuff together to really date this girl? And I don't know if the MEAC has their stuff together to be like, hey, I'm ready to date you now and come back home. And I don't know that for sure because NCAT ain't hurting for nothing. Do they like getting their butt whooping football? Absolutely not. But they like them checks though, and them checks looking real nice. You know what I'm saying? So that is what it is.
That's what it is. All right, I'll let you later.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call.
Peace.
Hey, Zo, coming to you. What's good, Zo? You live. Zo.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You good. You live.
Look, man, I wanted to call in and just touch on a few things, man. Look, I echo everything Steve said. Hit the nail on the head, but I just want to kind of give some context so people can know, when it comes to like Cali Ball and what he's going to bring. Because, look, people need to research, who he is bringing with him. It's not just because he has 25 years of head coaching experience, but he's a known name. When you talk about high school ball, in LA, straight up. I mean, and it's been that way for years. And you look at, who Travis Clark is actually, where he coached at and what he's done and who he's connected to. So it's not just a success, it's who he's tied to. Again, you look at the players that he got out of Lusinger, that might not be a known name to you guys, but go look at the players that's fed Boise State, that's fed USC, that's fed these schools directly tied to him. And then you look at what they did this year. It was Wilson. First year there. But man, you talk about Crenshaw and Dorsey. Like I was telling Scotty, like I was telling you last night. You have those perennial powerhouses, but they're like in the burbs. But then those teams in the city who still do well, because like you look at Inglewood, you look at Fairfax sometimes, but Dorsey, Crenshaw will be loaded with talent. The team might not do good, but loaded with talent. And those guys are going places. I mean, and you look at all these teams that I've named, they came out of Snoop's league. But one other part too is, I know this, but DeSean Jackson is related to Charles Collins. I might not know who that is, but that's the wide receiver coach that actually trained Chad Johnson and Steve Smith. He's actually the head coach at Oaks Christian right now, which is a California powerhouse.
Oh, wow.
He's related to him. I mean, so like I said, it's all about ties and connection. So here's the thing. I understand Coach Cole, where he comes from, but I always say that's one way to look at it. But it's more than one way to skin a cat. I think the way a lot of them view it would have more credence, right? If it was a well-known institution. We're talking about Delaware State, though. Scotty, they've won 33% of games in their entire history. Say it again, 33% of they have a losing record in their whole entire history right now. And we want to go into a pissing match about they hired somebody with no experience. We should have got somebody who more well-known to do it. They've done it that way, and it's gotten them to 33% of their wins. Like I said, again, the fact that we're talking about Delaware State in January of 2025 tells you all you need to know about how right now they're winning right now. I'm gonna say this: above any team in the MEAC, including Norfolk State, they're winning right now. As of today. Now, granted, this got to translate to the field, but we got to get to that point. Recruiting-wise, they're winning. The buzz, they're winning because that Michael Vick hire has actually died down now.
People ain't. Listen, low-key, it's not hitting like it's supposed to hit. It really isn't, and we're not seeing, and I keep saying it, we're not seeing it translate to recruiting. We're just not, and it's sad to see that. I don't get it. But.
And one other part, and the caller before me brought it up. DeSean's brother is a media team, just like Junior was for Prime. Go look. They're on IG. They've been there, and guess what? They were there today. So like we always say, the content is going to be there. And a lot of times, which is the hard thing about certain schools or certain coaches is in business. You know who typically does well? The second entity of following somebody who did it first, because they have a template. That's what DeSean Jackson has by Prime being at Jackson State. Also, and Vic does too. But DeSean Jackson, man, he comes from it. And again, you come from LA. You got ties to an HBCU. And like I said, I told Scotty, I knew it because again, his whole family is from the Pittsburgh area. He's not far from where he got ties to, what he's familiar with, and he spent a lot of time there in his adult life. So, I mean, it's a win-win in my book. Again, they got to translate. But I'll tell you guys, if he comes out in his first year, he don't have to win 4 games in conference. But let's say, Scotty, let's say they win 6 games next year. That's already a win for him.
That's already a win.
Then you transition to year 2 to going from 6 wins to possibly 8 or 9 wins. It's money in the bag.
Dog.
It's money in the bag.
It's to me, DeSean and Vic have the same. They have the same track that I put Dion on when he was at your school, and I said, what you don't want him to do is win. Because if he wins, there's no stopping it. You can't stop the momentum of walking into somebody's house. I'm DeSean Jackson. I got 6 or 7 wins. And, we need you to take us over the hump. You just can't stop that type of momentum for Vic or for DeSean. I think DeSean has a little bit more flair and flash, which will help in this day and age, like him on social media as much as he is. I think Vic is more of like the cool uncle that comes around and you like, man, I love this uncle, but he ain't flashy. He just cool. He calm. But DeSean is the cool cousin that comes with the Benz, with the rings, and he still got his stuff together, but you just like how he comes with it. And I think in this day and age, that is going to work for DeSean more than Vic being Vic. If I understand if you get what I'm saying.
I do, but 2 points and I'll jump off. The first thing is I want everybody to be mindful that DeSean still has his podcast with Shady, and that will still go on during the season. Be mindful of that because that's going to reap dividends for him as his tenure as the head coach at Delaware State. Because again, it's very similar to Prime. Very similar. Shady had that podcast they have is doing really, really good numbers, and they have eyeballs, and it's only going to grow with him being a head coach. The second thing is, and I made the point in the chat, but I just want to put something out there. On any level, high school, college, pro, name me anytime, anybody can actually visualize or remember a head coach at his first press conference, introductory press conference to the masses or to the fan base, and he actually has the assistant head coach with him side by side while he's being introduced to the new team.
Never.
It's never happened before. Never. And it's saying something. Now, Tony Clark is not a name out there to the masses that, you know what I'm saying, like everybody's going to know who it is, but I'm telling you, research him. What that tells me is they're going to get major talent coming out of California.
Let me throw it to you like this. What if DeSean Jackson does 4 years there and he's like, hey, I'm done with coaching, and I leave it to you, and you literally just have Travis Clark step in as your head coach and keep the engine rolling. It's a possibility.
Exactly.
Possibility. Hey, Zo, appreciate the call, Brody.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Hey, listen, if you have not subscribed, go over to Zone Coverage Podcast. I say it again, Zone Coverage Podcast. That is what my guy Zoe. Make sure you go over there, tune in, and check it out when you can. TJ, coming to you.
Great show, great press conference. To the haters, I got a question for y'all. When was the last time Delaware State had a buzz in athletics?
Can't remember it.
The last there was a buzz in athletics with Delaware State was when probably about 10 years ago, maybe, the basketball coach paid all his assistants $100,000.
Oh, wow.
That was the last buzz. Maybe longer than that. Now, like I told you and the guys the last time I called in, I'm putting the MEAC on blast. What are you going to do now that you got 2 celebrity coaches? What are you going to do now that you're going to have an influx of talent? That's the question. We know President Allen is going to take care of business because he's doing it. He has the president, and DeSean has some deep connections. And I bet if we do the 6 points of separation, they connected somewhere too. Not to say it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying the president has a lot of connections all the way to the U.S. to the current president in the state of Delaware, in the state of Maryland. This is gonna be good for Delaware State.
And I
It's gonna be
heard
good for
Mr.
HBCU.
Campbell said that Delaware State and Delaware State officials have always, I'm sorry, Delaware State officials, politicians have always looked fondly upon Delaware State. And because he said Biden was there, and really gave funding.
Absolutely.
And so to me, it's like you add DeSean Jackson, you add a buzz to that state. The state is only as big it's about as big as a potato chip. It ain't that big,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You can jump over it. So you know what I'm saying? Nobody goes to Delaware State. Listen, if you're not from the area,
unless you're doing horse riding or you going horse
or
betting,
tax season, they got the free tax day. It's no tax day, and everybody used to go up there for shopping. That's it. That's the only time Bama's go to Delaware.
But Scotty, think about what we're saying, and we ain't even talking about the other sports that the state of Delaware supports, like horse racing, NASCAR racing. We're not even talking about the business side, like the defense contractors that are headquartered in Delaware. We're not talking about the military bases that's there. We're not talking about like how it's easy to get access to Maryland and the DMV, just not even a 2-hour drive from the top of the state, and then you can go to Philadelphia. It's deeper than what we're thinking about at this point. We just bringing it out. The last time that and like you said, the state of Delaware cold-heartedly supports Delaware State. Cold-heartedly. Look at the board. The board has nothing but corporate CEOs and people that understand business. Look at the president. Like I said, the university president is connected to Biden. He used to be a policy advisor to Biden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's deeper than they're doing. They always have been doing things deeper than other HBCUs. That's why the campus look the way it looks. It's not a bad looking campus. And from a administrative point, kids in California can actually go to school cheaper in the South to a public institution and pay out-of-state fees if they have to, cheaper than going to an in-state university, California university. Cheaper because of the cost of the California system. So there's HBCUs that actually recruits in California, a lot of them. So it's not like the kids don't want to come. They just got to get the money to go. And the schools just got to go out there to recruit, man. And that's why to me, it's going to be a collective effort from the campuses, the conferences to make this thing bigger than what we looking at it right now. And I can almost guarantee you some of them, they ain't even thinking about that. They are just upset that celebrity coaches are getting hired. But it's deeper than that. It's very deeper than that. So yeah. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna hang up. I wouldn't be surprised if Biden have his presidential library at Delaware State.
I like that.
I'm just telling you, he lives in Dover. He lives in Dover.
That's clean.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I like it,
I'm just
man.
telling you. I haven't told you anything wrong yet, have
you? Well, I'll text you. But yes, you have. You know what it was. Yes, you have. You're like a 98% right now. Well, appreciate you, TJ.
All right, bro.
All right, Cal, coming to you.
Hey, what's going on, Scotty?
What's up, man?
So looking at, excuse me, man, I'm getting over being sick. Looking at Delaware State's schedule next year, they playing Delaware, they playing Albany, Monmouth. Those are the three out of conference games I see right now. Plus the MEAC, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna add a couple more out of conference games. How many games do you think they're not gonna? Out of those 3 games, they're not gonna win those. But what do you think their projected record would be?
Hold on, I'm pulling up their schedule right now from what I can see. The Delaware game's a loss. I'm just telling you that right now. The Delaware game's a loss. What I see right now is I see Delaware, Albany, Monmouth at the 3.
they're probably gonna add 2 more in the mid.
Delaware is a blowout. I think you can be if okay, let me say this. I think with the right quarterback, and because they got Jaden Sutton, they got to get some wide receivers in there, and they got to get better on defense. I think those games can be competitive, but it all comes down to the trenches and the quarterback play. If DeSean can get him a Cali quarterback or a quarterback that is really like that, I think that's half the battle. I really do. I think if he gets a quarterback, that's half the battle.
All right, I got 2 more questions I want to get off. Does this put pressure on Morgan State's head coach?
Absolutely. You can't lose. Listen, bro, you've been in this thing for what, 3 years now? I think he's going to his 3rd year. The first year you lost to Akron, which you shouldn't have lost. The second year you got mollywopped by South Carolina State, another first-year head coach. He cannot lose to Delaware State and Norfolk this year. He just can't do it. They're both first-year head coaches. You cannot lose to them when you've been building a program for 3 years and your program has had the same issue for every year. It's been offense. So to me, he is definitely on the hot seat. He's on the hot seat for real. He has a lot of pressure put on him, and he needs to come through.
All right, last question. Well, hey man, you ain't leaving us for real, man. Right? This brings enough excitement to stay in HBCU space. At least one show a week, right?
I'm still me and the wife are still talking about it.
It's just one show a week. I think everybody appreciate it.
Me and the wife still talking about it.
Last thing, is Valley holding a press conference at Popeye's Chicken? All right, man. Well,
all right, bro. Appreciate you. 61-71 coming to you.
What up with it, Scotty? How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Talk to me, bro.
Hey, bro, listen, man. This Delaware State, bro. That's a winning school right now, bro. Far as I'm not talking about wins on the football field, I'm talking about wins on the outside, far as resources. Man, you looking at a school, man, that comes with numerous politicians, like Mr. Wayne, who served in the White House as a politician. You're looking at what's this? It's a famous boxer. I forgot his name. All these people have been trending on Twitter talking about the hire. This man, the Delaware State finna get some stuff. I just want you to know that they finna get some stuff, Scotty. And the AD's president, everything like that, man, they done their thing by making sure that they got the right hire. Not just saying celebrity-wise, but somebody who can connect culture-wise, right? So you get culture with politics, man, you getting money. You're going to get money, and you're going to get the notoriety, man. So I really believe this hire that they've done. Go ahead, man.
Let me ask you this, because I don't know much about Delaware. I really don't, right? Like, I get it. He can go to Philly. He can go to, but I look at it like this. If he can compete with recruiting with the University of Delaware, if you're on that level, you'll win the MEAC. Let's just keep it a buck. You'll win the MEAC. If you compete with University of Delaware in recruiting, you'll win the MEAC. What's in Delaware?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, nothing but a bunch of poodles and sad people, man. I'm tell you, like, a bunch of poodles and sad people. But man, Delaware is kind of a quiet area. Most of Delaware that I've seen so far, man, are a bunch of people who like retirees and stuff like that. It's very family oriented, like it's close body people. But man, it's a lot of hidden talent in Delaware too. Because of the lack of being noticed and stuff like that. So man, I feel like right now, since they've gotten their man that they want and need, now all he got to do is hit the ground running, open his mouth, do what he do, bring what he brings to the table, man. And I guarantee you, and I'm not racist by far, but them white folks love this hire. They love this hire because they're gonna make sure that they got, if my name is tied to it, I know I got the bragging rights. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna want to do this and support this now because it's something for them to hang their hat on. Like, hey, this is what I did. This is my alma mater. This is what I do. So man, I'm excited about it. I want to see where it goes. Man, I really believe that this is gonna be a home run for them.
Oh man, you got me even more excited, bro. I love that. When you
yes, sir.
When you talk about white people hanging their hat on something, I'm like, hey, I can rock with that.
Hey, man. That's what they do, Hottie, man. That's what they do, Scotty, man.
Hey, I
well, hold
appreciate
it on, man. Hold it down, man.
Hey, man, you too. See you in the season, brody. Listen, I love that. I don't care what y'all talking about. When you can say, when white people get involved in the HBCU, it doesn't always go well. Okay, let's be very clear. It doesn't always go well, right? But if you can get some white politicians and get you some white money, listen, again, I'm going to keep saying this until I can't say it no more. There's no other coach that could have been hired. There's no HBCU regular guy that could have been hired to give you this excitement. I don't know what else to say about that. And when you're a program like Delaware State, where you're trying to get your name out, you're trying to get some excitement, you're trying to get kids to come to your institution, as I think, as Dr. Williams said so eloquently in the press conference, he says athletics is the front porch of your institution, and we're trying to keep it clean, trying to make it inviting, right? So again, DeSean Jackson is the sign in front of your door that's like, hey, come on in. You know what DeSean Jackson is right now? DeSean Jackson is a please take one bowl of candy in the hood.
He's hitting up. You gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that up to score with him.
He's heating up. I don't think you heard me. I'm going to say that again. DeSean Jackson is a bowl of candy that says, please take one in the hood. Everybody's coming to your doorstep. Everybody is coming to your doorstep. That is what that looks like, if you want the visual. So again, I can't say it enough. There's no other coach in HBCU football that would have gave you this type of energy. It would have been a Lee Hall hire. Oh, they got a coach. Oh, congratulations. It would have been just like that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't even know the airport into Delaware. Is it Delaware International? I don't know. But Bama's going to be flying into that hole. I'm in Maryland. Well, I'm in Ohio right now, but my mama in Maryland. So if I go home to Maryland and I drive up to go see a DeSean Jackson game, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. I want to go see DeSean Jackson too. Okay? Easy money. So Delaware ain't getting no tourism. It's Delaware. It's probably getting hotel rooms for like $30 a night. It's Delaware. It's probably the best place to go visit. Probably like Motel 8s everywhere. Easy peasy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about going to like going to Tallahassee. Shit, that's like $300 a night. You go down to watch a football game down in Tallahassee, you will leave broke, okay? You go to watch a game up in Delaware, you have money to spare. Easy. Come on, man. Come on. They ain't even got their own airport. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, I love this hire, okay? I absolutely love this hire. I'm working some things behind the scenes to maybe have DeSean Jackson on the channel. I'm working some things behind the scenes. Bear with me. We're gonna try to pull it off. You know how I do, right? So just a little side note. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out to DeSean Jackson. Shout out to Coach Clark. Shout out to Delaware State, man. They're doing big things, man. Doing big things. I can't wait to see what they got in store. Again, Me and the wife are talking about what the plan is for covering HBCU going forward. I'm telling you that. Okay. So I told you guys I was going to go until all the head coaching things got put to place. This is the last press conference. So just be aware. Now, if there's some gossip or mess hit, come in now. I talk about that. That's gossip. I like a little mess. I like a little tea. You know what I'm saying? I like a little tea. Everybody like a little tea every now and again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's just what it is, man. I'm trying to think if anything I got coming up. No, I don't have anything else coming up right now. Hey, make sure y'all check out the playoff games coming up this week, and everything like that. But listen, that's my time. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holla. God bless. Oh. I'm going to lock that in for next week, Bishop. I'm gonna lock that in for next week. I don't want to do no interviews around the playoff time, right? Because Thursday and Friday is playoff games. I'm not doing no interviews around that time. So I'm probably gonna try to get Willie on next week, Monday through Wednesday. All right. Monday through Wednesday, I'm gonna try to get Willie on. So thank you for that, Bishop. I got you. All right. Peace.